At a first glance, you might think that Pixar's most recent movie, Elio, about a lonely kid who gets abducted by aliens, must be a harmless film suitable for all ages. But halfway through, something happens that feels straight up ripped from a horror movie. Hi, I'm Peavy. Welcome to The Void. Today, I'm telling y'all about a scene nobody's talking about from a movie no one saw in theaters. Elio. But first, a quick recap. This movie stars Elio, a lonely kid obsessed with aliens, and his aunt Olga, who just so happens to work at a top-secret government facility. Elio spends his days trying to get abducted by aliens, convinced that if no one on Earth accepts him, maybe someone from another planet will. Until one day, it actually happens. Suddenly, he's teleported into outer space and mistaken for Earth's leader by a council of alien species. Now he has to bluff his way through first contact, with no training and no plan, faking it till he makes it. Meanwhile, back on Earth, Olga is still taking care of Elio. Except, it's not him. It's a clone created by the council to keep things looking normal. Quick spoiler warning. I'm about to dive into a scene Disney never showed in trailers. If you care, pause now. If not, let's get creepy. After sharing a meal made by clone Elio, Olga leans in for a kiss on top of his head, but in reality, she's stealing a single strand of hair from the clone. Later that night, she slips it under a microscope. Here, we can see her room, filled with alien abduction books and diary entries tracking clone Elio since day one. Creepy already, right? Under the lens, the hair looks normal. Until the strand breaks free, drops to the floor, and starts slithering away. Yep, this is a straight up horror movie stuff right in a Pixar flick. Olga follows it down the hall, trying not to get noticed. It slides back into clone Elio's body, and suddenly his skin flickers with shifting scales. In shock, Olga peels away his eye patch, and instead of an eye, there's nothing but alien skin. She gasps. Everything she feared is true. Clone Elio opens its single eye, grabs her wrist, and smiles, saying,
Hi! We should probably talk.
Fast forward to the climax of the film, and we have Elio and Olga finally reunited at last. But the movie isn't over yet, as they have to save Elio's friend, a grub-like alien named Gordon, from the government's top-secret facility, which you may think would be hard to do, but actually it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience, because they still have the clone, which decides to fulfill its final purpose by creeping towards the patrolling guards in an uncanny gait. Finally, when it has their attention, it begins to disintegrate before their eyes. It's very grotesque, unsettling, and I love it. For me, and I'm sure for everyone else who saw the movie, these scenes were everything that Elio could, no, should have been from the start. And it seems the direction was going there, if we pay attention to the first teaser trailer, which shows a less enthusiastic Elio trying to survive being kidnapped and mistaken as Earth's leader, reacting with a panic when he's being lifted by a UFO. But we all know the movie's direction didn't commit to going there, and instead focus on Elio and his new friend, Gordon, knowing each other, having fun, eating weird food, and plotting against Gordon's father, who wanted his son to take his position as leader of their war-hungry tribe, to Gordon's dismay. Fun. Seriously, what happened to this movie? Oh, right. Now, I want to be upfront and say that I'm basing this next part on reports from former Pixar employees and articles from places like The Hollywood Reporter and Vulture. Nothing here is my theory. These are accounts from people close to the production. That being said, this movie was delayed to 2025, switched directors, and its story was rewritten to scrub out any subtext of Elio being queer. After poor test screenings, Pixar panicked, afraid they had a flop, and began cutting key moments that hinted at Elio's identity. Adrian Molina, the original writer and director who is openly gay, reportedly felt devastated by the way his story was reshaped. In the end, he either was pushed out or stepped away. And honestly, who could blame him? If I watch how the studio massacred my boy, I would walk too. In the aftermath, Domi Shi and Madeleine Shirafian came to Elio's aid and did their best with the resources they had to ship out a competent enough movie, for theaters. And sadly, it shows. What was before a potentially terrifying experience backed up by themes of isolation, survival, and body horror became a saccharine animated movie for babies. With the bean mouths, a cute sidekick, montages that make me fall asleep, and a third act so weak it couldn't land an emotional punch even if it tried. All because this is an incomplete movie, stitched together with filler, and neither Olga nor Elio ever finished their emotional arcs. They don't grow, they don't change, they just exist. Which is sad, because the heart of the story could have been simple. Even if life is hard, even if it's different from before, at least they have each other. Because they're family, and family means nobody gets left behind. Wait, wrong movie! Ew, that was close. For a moment, this could have turned into a comparison with Lilo and Stitch. Both have an orphan protagonist, a struggling caretaker, a quirky alien sidekick, even a council of aliens. But in terms of execution and depth, they couldn't be further apart. At least Elio is better than the live-action remake, I guess. Before wrapping up, I want to give a quick shout out to Kenny. That's Kenny with 4 N's, and his video about Elio, which gave me the push I needed to finally start my own channel. I've had these ideas about Elio stuck in my head for months now, but it never felt possible to piece it all together until today. Loved your channel, man. Also, here's some Elio fan art. So yeah, that was my little trip into the void. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss my next upload. Oh, and quick note, all the doodles and drawings you saw in this video were made by me on my HP pen tablet. If you're curious or want to try it out yourself, I dropped my affiliate link in the description, so check it out down there. If you'd rather just help me keep making more videos, you can toss a coin on Ko-Fi, links below too. And if you liked my drawings, I post all of them and more on Instagram. Alright, that's it for me. I'm PB, this was Elio's creepiest scene, and I'll see you in the next Boy Dive. PB out.